Hey guys, this is Mr. Markland with Unlimited Possibilities Martial Arts. Today I'm just going to go over some stick stuff. I just was in the mood to play with the stick, so we're going to do a little bit of different stick techniques. I was watching this video with old footage of Bruce Lee, Dan Inosanto, and they're working on outside, and they're working on the footage for Game of Death, and it's pretty cool footage. But anyway, I'm not going to link it or anything, but I just thought it was really neat, and that made me think of the sticks. He was doing some stuff with the sticks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Mr. Luke come on in for a second. Yes, sir. Luke for right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is go over some basic ideas off of the stick. I'm going to have Mr. Luke swing at me with the stick, and we're just going to go over some really basic stuff, basic arnis slash, all the Filipino, Kali, and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to go over some basic. So from right here, I'm going to have Luke give me an angle 1. So he's going to give me an angle 1. What I'm going to do, so if he gives me, what's really neat, if he gives me an angle 1, I want to go forward and up and in like this. I can reinforce it with this hand, which is really good. Now from here, I can strike, right? Okay, so he gives me an angle 1, and I'm just gonna bring it up. And so I can come here, or I can miss, and I can grab his, right? If I grab his weapon, then I can start to and do all that kind of stuff, right? So now he's gonna give me an angle 2. So on this angle 2, I'm gonna go like this, okay? And I could come in and strike, right? It gives me that angle 2 again. I can even, if I want to, do that one more time. If I want to, I can come here, right? It gives me angle 2 again. I can just come straight in, really simply. But I want to be fancy today, so he's going to give me that angle 2, and I'm going to come here. I'm going to give him a Wittig here, right? Okay, so really fun stuff. But those are the Abanico Wittigs, really high this way. Okay, very powerful. You don't even see them coming. You're standing here, bam, you just get hit. I mean, you don't even see it. So now maybe he comes to the rib, okay, and I'm gonna come here. Now, what's neat about this one is that if I come forward, I can actually come and strike him as I'm coming in and step back, right, and come in. So that's what's neat about that particular one if he's going to my rib. If I just stand here, then I can block it, or I can come in. Right, and I can strike with the butt or the puño of the weapon. Let's say he comes straight down though, okay? So if he comes straight down, same thing, I can come here and I can come here, or he comes straight down, I can come here and I can do the easy one here, like this, because then you can start doing stuff like that and disarm that way, okay, which is kind of fun. Now the thing about disarming, which we've gone over in the previous video, so if you hit obviously first, then it's a lot easier to disarm, right? So if he goes to strike at me, however he wants, right, and I hit him first, boom, boom, and then I turn this over and I hit to disarm, then that's a lot easier for me to be able to disarm him and come back, right? But if I just try to disarm, and he's tightening his arm, then we start fighting for this disarm, and then he can start punching me with his other hand while I'm trying to do this, and all that kind of stuff, right? So a lot of times when they're doing these moves, it's always a hit. Yes. Then as you hit, that's when you disarm, right? It's never just try to go for a disarm. Yes. Okay, so maybe you want to try Luke. So maybe I come here. Yeah, so when you're in close, you can just kind of hit with the butt. Stuff like that. Yes. Come that way. Yep. Yes. Good. Yes. So this is another important idea, but when you enter, like Luke was doing, right, if he comes here, if I want to step back, I can come back and hit, right? But I don't want to enter and then try to hit with this, because what will happen is I'll also hit myself being all cramped. Does that make sense? So one of the things that you want to do if he comes in and attacks is I'm going to hit with the most available tool, which is probably gonna be the puño. It's a little better to do this. Then if I wanna step back and give him a good whack or whatever, I can do that, okay? So maybe he comes in, maybe he's thrusting, right? So I'm gonna do what we call a abanico witik, or a fan. So he thrusts in a fan like this. A lot of times the other disarm that you do in Filipino arts is when he comes real slow, is when he's coming just so they can see it. When he's coming with the strike, they actually strike the hand, okay? And that is what they call defanging the snake. It usually makes the person go, ow, and they let go of their weapon, they drop it on the ground, and then you can continue with strikes, right? So a lot of times in Filipino arts, you're looking to hit the actual hand. I hit the stick, but when you're practicing, you hit the stick, but you're looking to hit the actual hand, okay? And that makes him stop. And I wouldn't go to the inside necessarily hit the hand there, but I could go here and come here, or I could come straight here going across those knuckles. You guys can't see that. Or I could come here, right? So he comes in just like I did before. I can strike like this, or I can just do a witig like I did before. I would have to move in this case because a witig isn't strong enough at that area for him not to still hit me in the face, okay? I can also just hit the stick and then hit the hand, okay? So these are ways to follow up, really basic, but that's how you can start to understand how they do things when they're talking about stick fighting. That's actually how they do it. They don't stick fight like you see in like Star Wars, where they go out here, okay? Real stick fighting, especially in Filipino arts, is he comes in with a strike, I hit his hand. I'm hitting his arm, his hand, his elbow, right? And then entering. After I hit defang, right? After I hit here, then I come up and I'll strike and I'll hook and I can start to grapple and all that kind of stuff too. We can add that in. But we start off with striking the hand first.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ready? Yeah, and you can definitely block if you want to first and then strike the hand.
Strike it there. Strike there. Yes, sir.
And you do want it to be a zinger when you hit too. So if he comes in, I'm not gonna come here and just slide across it. I'm gonna come here and hit it. I'm gonna hit that hand, okay? If I do that, he's not gonna be able to hold on if I hit that hard. So yes, yes, you got it. Thrust. Yes. Yeah, and then you enter. And so this is the other thing. You also don't want to, when he's coming in, you also don't want to hit that hand and just continue to hit the hand and focus on the hand either. The point of hitting the hand is the entry point to be able to enter in. Okay? So if he comes in, I'm going to hit that hand, then I'm going to enter. See, now I'm close, so now what am I using? Does that make sense? I got closer, so now I'm using this instead of trying to go back to striking here. Now, if you're, the Filipino masters will do it all the time, where you're coming in, right, and they'll come here and they'll get really close and they'll still strike with this, being so close, okay? But when you first start learning, you really don't want to do that. You want to, as you get closer, use the smaller tool. It's just a lot easier. The other thing too is they use this for grappling, right? So if he comes in or whatever he's doing, right, and I come in, maybe I hit the hand or whatever, maybe I do, okay, then I enter. Let's say he grabs my stick or he starts to, right, then what I want to do is I want to be able to grab, pull. So I'm grabbing him back and putting pressure on his neck. That makes him tap. Does that make sense? So you just continue to go once you understand these things. You can use the stick to grapple with, is what I'm saying. So, okay, that's fine. All right, that's a video for today. We'll see you guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video if you liked the video. And we'll see you guys on the next video.